What's up? Welcome to Signal Theory. My name is Bradford. This is our first pedal capture pack. And you may be wondering what that is. Well, we have technology, which you'll see here on my desk. Stuff like this and TONEX to capture the sound of pedals such as this. Pedals such as this. So that's what's beautiful about technology. Hey, if you like this kind of content and you're actually interested in the world of modeling and what it can do, getting something like a $5,000 pedal that you can utilize in your equipment for $15, for example, why don't you subscribe? Make sure you join our email list as well. We'd love for you to join us. YouTube is a fun game, but it only is fun if we communicate. So you subscribe, you comment, we'll make videos, we'll comment back. Well, that's fun.
This is the Sur Riot Reloaded. So if you're not familiar with the Riot, this is a distortion from Suhr. It's sort of meant to replicate, like making your clean Fender Deluxe reverb sound like a cranked up Marshall Plexi, if you will. So kind of a hot rodded Marshall thing. It has a ton of gain on tap. I find this to be a pretty warm pedal. So like your bright settings, the B captures are going to be like with the tone knob set, not all the way up, but close to all the way up. This thing's actually pretty versatile. It has a lot of output. So if you pull the level back to about noon and set the distortion to like, 1 or 2 or so, like it gets you a pretty like, not like boost, but not super high gain type of an overdrive sound. But of course you can crank the thing and it gets just awesome, huge, pushed Marshall type sounds. The Riot also has a voice toggle and it has a 3-way setting. So left, middle, right. So on these captures for both TONEX and Quad Cortex, you're going to see one is the lowest gain. The ones don't correspond. Like the one gain setting on this isn't the same level of gain as like on the Blues Breaker, for example, because the Blues Breaker is a much lower gain pedal. But 1 would be the lowest gain that this pedal is really capable of, all the way up through 4. Then you've got the B and the W captures, bright and warm. And then you've got L, M, and R. That's the left, middle, and right settings on the voice toggle. The voice toggle doesn't really change the EQ of the pedal. It doesn't sound really different, but it does kind of give it a different feel and headroom. So you can experiment with all those. I think there's like 24 captures of this pedal included. I'm going to demonstrate a few of them here on TONEX. So we've got a PRS 594 Les Paul style guitar with humbuckers. I've brightened the deluxe reverb up just a little bit, and we're going to start with the 1B capture on the left voice here on the first TONEX pedal. First clean, and then I'll turn it on. Not a boost, but also not a huge distortion. The way I've set this pedal up on all 3 switches is this is the L1B, this is the L2B, I believe. Yep. And then this one is the 4, so the pedal's gained up. The 4B in the middle voice setting. So I'm going to go clean and then the 1, the 2, and the 4. There's also a 3 in the pack that's kind of between these two gain-wise, but this will give you an idea of what it's capable of gain stage-wise. So I want to demonstrate there at the end, what does it do when you roll your volume back on your guitar? So the 1 and the 2 gain stages respond pretty well. Once this pedal is turned all the way up, it's full on distortion. The other thing I hope you noticed, I definitely noticed, I could feel it under my fingers too. This 2 capture is probably how I would set the pedal on my pedal board. That's like a nice big mid gain overdrive distortion type of a tone. if you go up, like turned all the way up, it doesn't change how much gain. It's kind of like an amp when you turn it all the way up, mini amps. It just starts to collapse in on itself, you know, and it's like more compression. So I'd run this 2 if it were me, the 2 or the 3, but all of them are in there if you want to experiment. Now, finally, I want to show you, this is set up with the 2 capture with the voice toggle left. This is M2B, so this is voice toggle in the middle, and this is R2B. So this will demonstrate what happens when you flip that voice toggle. How much does it sound different or how much does it not sound different? Okay, so starting with the left, then the middle, then the right. Tonally, I didn't hear much of a difference as far as how they sounded or even like how much gain there is. The B, the middle voice toggle, is probably where I would set this. To me, it has a little more open characteristic, but it's all about what you're going for when you use one of these pedals with your setup. Finally, I'm going to leave it here. I'll leave it on, and then we'll listen to these other amps. So we've been hearing the Deluxe Reverb, which is a great clean platform for these drive captures. Let's go to the AC30, see what it sounds like pushing a Vox. The Matchless. Finally, the Riot. So we're gonna really push the, this Deluxe Reverb. Let's start with an M2 capture of the Riot. The M is my favorite voicing on the Riot. Here it is clean and then on. Riot is cool. You can take like this clean Deluxe Reverb, make it sound kind of like one of those cranked up. All of these drive captures are linked below. They're all available for TONEX and for Quad Cortex. If Line 6 Stadium gives us the capability of capturing drives, we'll make stuff for Stadium as well as soon as we can. So I want to talk quickly about how you can use these. So the way that they come in, like in the Quad Cortex, for example, bass, middle, treble, gain, volume, all just straight up the middle, that is going to replicate how we captured the pedals. Each capture, just leave it straight at noon on all the controls. Now, of course, you can start tweaking, and it's not going to hurt anything. It's not going to, destroy the integrity of the capture if you pull the gain back or push the volume. Now, for TONEX, at least on my TONEX demo, you've seen my dual big TONEX pedal rig. This TONEX has been housing the drive captures. This one has been amps the whole time. Now, of course, you can buy like a TONEX 1 for, I don't know, $150, $160. And then you can toggle between 2 different overdrives, off, and then 2 different drive captures on. So you can use that as an overdrive. You could use the big TONEX pedal to give you like 3 different drives all at the press of a button. On the TONEX, as same as the Quad Cortex, all your parameters set at noon. Input gain on the TONEX, we recommend setting it to 0 with our capture, 0 to +1. With TONEX, there's so many different ways to gain stage. So it's important to remember that, turning the volume down is going to make the capture react less like the way we captured it. So the way we captured it, you want gain at straight up noon, bass, middle, treble, straight up. I think it's 5.0 on the pedal. And then you can change, there's a lot of parameters you can change, the model, volume, output level. So you can just set the output to what sounds best with whatever amp thing you're running into, whether it's another TONEX pedal, HX Stomp, or real amp, whatever you've got that's replicating an amp or is an amp, you can set up the TONEX pedal to hit it at different levels. But that's kind of how we recommend using it. We are offering all of these together in a sort of pack. Get all 8 drives, every capture from all 8 drives. It's a ton of captures. That's all available at signaltheoryaudio.com. Linked below. You can buy these a la carte, individually, or as one big pack. Hey, thanks for hanging with us. We'll see you in the next one.